Mr. Barton, you're up, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good afternoon to all of you, people in the dais and people in the audience. Glad you're here. Let me just tell you what my staffing is like today for questions. There will be questions, we'll be able to answer them. Debbie Cardenas, our finance director, is attending this meeting remotely. Hopefully she can hear us and can respond when she's asked to do so.
Hi, Deb.
Okay. Hi, Debbie. Also, we have Gina Kogendorfer, who works for Debbie. She's here and can help us out with some questions as well. Let me just get started by picking up where we left off last time. The budget expenditures number has gone up since the last meeting last Wednesday. We're now looking at a budget that is $19,269,056 compared to the budget number that we were talking about last week, which was $18,460,170. That's the 2012-13 budget. So basically, there has been an increase of 4.4% in expenditures. Part of the increase over last week has to do with Resolution 777, which was adopted at the last council meeting. That drops our financial reserve from 15% to 10%. Just quickly, where the money went. $200,000 went into Fund 13, which is the Capital Projects Repair and Maintenance Fund. $100,000 went into Fund 98, which is Technical Reserves. $100,000 went into Fund 99, which is Vehicle Replacement, and then we've restricted $150,000 for litigation. Other changes since last week, the projected loss in revenue from the combined tax has been increased to a little over $1 million. Last week, I think we reported that it would be $900,000. Let me go through a list of changes that the council made at the last meeting. I'll just run through them, and I can tell you which page numbers they're on in your budget booklet if you want to follow along. We added $1,200 for overtime for Judge Toon. That is on page 42. And this bears a little bit of explanation. We added $1,500 for victims' assistance. We jumped the gun on this one. This is actually something you just had in technical review and that you've yet to vote on. It's in the budget, but if it's voted down at next week's council meeting, we will remove it. Again, there's $1,500 for victims' assistance. It's an MOU. And as I mentioned, it's not tech review today. It'll be coming before you next week. You can find that on page 45, by the way. Fund 12, there is a projected decrease in projected revenue for the FAA grant. The new number is $206,718. That's on page 78.
Could you give us the page number first, please?
You bet.
I was just going to ask the same thing.
I'm sorry. Okay, let me start from the beginning then. For the overtime for Judge Toon, that's page 42. For the $1,500 for the police MOU victims assistance, the item that I was just speaking about, that is page 45. The next item can be found on page 78. That's Fund 12. And as I mentioned, there's a decrease projected in revenue for the FAA grant, $206,718. Page 86, this would be Fund 17. This is a decrease in the capital budget project for leisure services. We're taking that from $115,000 to $20,000. Again, that's page 86. Page 90 for Fund 20. There's a decrease in projected community development block grant revenue. The new number is $547,940. Again, that's page 90. And finally, page 94, Fund 22. There's reduced anticipated revenue from RTC. I'm hoping I have my numbers right here, Gina. The reduction is from $360,000 to $350,000. Again, that's on page 94. Okay.
We have that number one more time, please.
The number is a $10,000 reduction from $360,000 to $350,000, Fund 22, page 94. You had also asked for additional information on ambulance transport collection rates.